Coronation Street star Beth Nixon has opened up about the layered nature of her alter ego, Megan Walsh, and what she feels could ultimately bring about the character's downfall. Megan first appeared late last year as Will Driscoll's PE instructor. To Will's relatives, she comes across as a caring and enthusiastic mentor, committed to pushing her pupils to achieve their best. However, in Will's eyes, Megan is far more than a teacher. She is his hidden partner now pregnant with his child. The teenager remains oblivious to the fact that he is being exploited and instead relishes the secrecy of his involvement with an older woman. Everything shifted for Megan recently when it became clear that Sam Blakeman had begun questioning her unusually close bond with Will. Wasting no time, she confronted him and attempted to intimidate him into silence, warning that no one would take his accusations seriously. Though it hinted that her carefully constructed world might be starting to crack, Megan refuses to acknowledge any threat. According to Beth Nixon, Megan genuinely doesn't perceive her behavior as inappropriate. "When I portray her, I have to fully commit to her sincerity," Beth explained. When she interacts with Daniel, the emotion in her eyes and voice feels completely authentic from Megan's perspective. She continued by admitting that stepping into such a disturbing mindset is challenging, particularly given Lucas's young age. Fortunately, mutual trust between the actors and strict on-set boundaries make the process manageable. Still, Beth says she must persuade herself that Megan believes her conduct is defensible, no matter how unsettling it appears to others. It's evident the actress has deeply analyzed what drives her character. Beth suggests that Megan's greatest strength, her belief in her own intelligence, may also seal her fate. Convinced she is always one step ahead, Megan's arrogance and moral superiority could be her undoing. She views herself as untouchable and would likely continue lying and battling accusations relentlessly. While the prospect of imprisonment terrifies her, Beth believes Megan might attempt to flee if cornered. Ultimately, though, her overconfidence would expose her. She is utterly convinced she can outwit and control everyone around her. Although Megan outwardly shows no remorse, Beth insists her character does experience fleeting moments of guilt. She prioritizes her own wants above all else. She's deeply self-absorbed. Beth noted she can feel sorrow or compassion, but she quickly suppresses it because remorse would prevent her from achieving her goals. For Megan, her desires always take precedence. In the latest twist, Megan intensified her efforts to keep Sam quiet. Determined to gather proof of her misconduct, Sam secretly installed a camera inside the apartment Megan shares with Leanne Battersby, hoping to capture incriminating evidence. After reclaiming his phone from his father, Sam reviewed the footage only to discover a carefully orchestrated scene in which Megan encouraged Will to forget his supposed minor infatuation with her. Megan had anticipated his scheme. When Sam returned to dismantle the hidden camera, he was horrified to realize it had vanished. Megan had already seized it. She took pleasure in crushing his plan, and Corrie labeled him a pervert for spying on her and Leanne. Desperate to defend himself, Sam accused Megan of being the real offender, but she remained unshaken. She chillingly warned him that spying on women could see him placed on the sex offenders register at just 14 years old. Terrified by her manipulative threats, Sam retreated. Sitting alone in Victoria Garden, he struggled to comprehend her twisted narrative, increasingly fearful about what it might mean for his future. A worried Nick Tilsley approached in hopes of supporting his distressed son. Yet Sam dismissed him as clueless, convinced that no one could possibly rescue him from the nightmare he was facing. Coronation Street viewers believe they've uncovered an unexpected twist involving Lisa Swain and Carla Connor, and they're convinced it has nothing to do with the wedding itself. The speculation comes shortly after. The fan-favorite duo affectionately nicknamed Swirler revealed when they'll be tying the knot. Supporters of the couple were overjoyed to learn they plan to marry this spring, especially following their emotional reconciliation after Lisa's former wife, Becky Swain, shockingly resurfaced. Regular followers of the ITV serial will remember how Becky's dramatic return last September caused chaos. Presumed dead in the line of duty, she reappeared in Weatherfield only days after Lisa and Carla became engaged, threatening to destroy their happiness. Becky's interference nearly succeeded as she attempted to drive a wedge between the pair and even persuaded Lisa and their daughter Betsy Swain to leave the country with her. However, her scheme ultimately collapsed during the explosive crossover episode between Coronation Street and her Dale broadcast in January. Carla joined forces with DC Kit Green to expose both Becky and Lisa's superior D. Costello. Their actions prevented Becky from escaping abroad with Lisa and Betsy. The drama escalated when Carla was abducted by Becky and confined inside a storage unit. Despite this terrifying ordeal, events spiraled further when Becky was involved in a devastating car accident while heading toward Hull to catch a ferry bound for Rotterdam. Fortunately, Lisa and Betsy survived the crash, as did Becky, though she later received a 12-year prison sentence for her offenses. Since reuniting, Carla has surprised Lisa by securing their wedding date at the Chariot Square Hotel. After months filled with turmoil, their path to marriage appears smoother, at least on the surface. Yet, spoilers suggest their long-awaited ceremony will conclude with heartbreak for Betsy, who stumbles upon the body of a neighbor on the cobbles. Adding fuel to fan theories is a recent tease about a looming curveball before the big day. Many viewers now suspect a major revelation could center on Lisa rather than the wedding itself. One fan at Sad Latimer speculated that the twist might involve Lisa's arranged relatives reappearing or making contact, and it emerging that she has been cut off from them for years, potentially due to Becky isolating her from her family. Coronation Street set to kill off Theo. 8 major hints explored. The show's recent flash forward has sparked intense debate among viewers. This spring, the long-running soap may finally flip the script on Theo Silverton after a dramatic teaser suggested he could be heading for a grim fate. A major incident is scheduled to rock the cobbles on the 23rd of April, the same date as Carla Connor and Lisa Swain's wedding, and many fans believe Theo could be at the heart of the chaos. Earlier this week, specially filmed flash-forward scenes showed Betsy Swain being questioned by police after discovering a dead body on her mom's big day. Theo was subsequently named as one of 5 potential victims alongside Carl Webster, Jody Ramsey, Maggie Driscoll, and Megan Walsh. So, could Theo really be facing the end? Let's weigh up the arguments for and against. Theo first arrived in Weatherfield on the 23rd of March last year, immediately clashing with Julie Carp and George Shuttleworth in his opening scenes. While contract specifics are never public, the timing has prompted speculation. Could his stint have been planned as a year-long arc? It's possible producers mapped out his dark storyline with Todd from the outset, intending a limited run of around 12 to 13 months. Out of the 5 possible victims, all have made enemies. But Theo has arguably stirred up the most resentment over the longest stretch. Many viewers have openly called for him to face consequences for his behavior. Credit to actor James Cartwright for convincingly portraying such an unpleasant figure. With mounting fan demand for justice, the writers may feel pressure to deliver a dramatic payoff soon, which could point Theo being the mystery corpse. If the show opts for a full-scale whodunit once the victim's identity is revealed, Theo's death would certainly provide a wealth of suspects. This week, Todd was shown gripping a knife in a tense moment, fueling speculation that he might retaliate against his abusive fiancée in the coming weeks. Theo has also alienated others. His strained relationship with his arranged wife Danielle remains volatile, and he's currently at odds with Carl Webster. On top of that, Todd's family and friends may be pushed to breaking point if they learn the truth about Theo's actions behind closed doors, giving them motive, too. Coronation Street airs on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 p.m. on ITV1 and is available to stream on ITVX and YouTube.